The world is what we experience, and we are that which experience what we experience. That's how it is. The world is what we experience, and we are that which experience what we experience. And that's it. Wittgenstein said that the world is everything that is here, or the world is everything that takes place, the world is everything that occurs, which is of course just the same thing as saying that the world is what we experience. The world is what we experience, and we are that which experiences what we experience. We are that which experience what we experience. I don't consider Wittgenstein to be a very successful philosopher, but he opened the big question to language and to the question of the language game and to the question of social practices as a result of our relationship with language, which was of course tremendously important, but he didn't go really far. But it's interesting to see that Wittgenstein in many ways had to get out of Cambridge in order to do that work, because he came to his cottage in Norway, I think, basically, not only because he needed and wanted and had to be alone. He had to be alone to think and reflect and to purify his intellectual process in nature, alone, in deep solitude. But of course also he was as neurotic as a person as we all are, so that means that solitude is a very attractive thing, because if we are a little bit neurotic, then we tend to like to be alone. But I think that he just needed to get away from Cambridge, and he needed to get away from Bertrand Russell and to get away from all these logical horse powers, these machines, these logical machines like Bertrand Russell and Moore and all the others, perhaps quite overrated philosophers. I do think that Bertrand Russell is a bit overrated, but we tend to love him because of his character, because of the way that he is. But if you really take a look at it, it's not truly profound. I mean, it's just common sense. It's common sense put into some kind of a logical structure, But never mind about that. But Wittgenstein had to get away to see himself inside a naked room, so he could start to deconstruct how his mind works. What is his relationship with language? What is the relationship between language and thought? And he did that in Norway, which is nice, because I'm from Norway. So, well. But anyway, the world is what we experience. We cannot deny that. It's a completely correct statement to say the world is for us, the world is for the human being what the human being experience. We have to say that because we experience everything through the human program. So we experience what the human program allows us to experience. But if we forget that, then we could say that the world is what we experience, and we are that which experience what we experience. And we are that which experiences the fact that we experience. We experience itself. I mean, the thing that is the deepest, what we are at our complete core nature, when we are stripped of everything else, then we are that which experience itself. We are that which experiences experience itself. But of course, all of this happens within the human program. We have to understand that. And so we're talking about a microcosmos inside a macrocosmos. We don't, because of the human program, we don't have access to the macrocosmos. We have only access to the microcosmos, and the best thing that we can do is to understand what is it that controls, designs, and produces everything that happens inside the microcosmos. Well, of course, it's the human program. It's the way that the nervous system and the brain works. And we will find and modify all the phenomena that we experience in our microcosmos in the way that seems suitable to us, according to cultural preferences, personal preferences, according to trauma, according to many things. So we develop, modify, and design and adjust phenomena within the human program to come to something that we feel appropriate and genuine and functional for ourselves. It functions when it comes to the way that we have or find our well-being, or the way that we want to exist within the parameters that we have at our disposal, which means the human program. So, yes, the world is what we experience, and we are that which experience what we experience. We are that which experiences the experience itself. We are that which experiences experience itself. Okay, thanks.